Philadelphia and Minnesota. Vikings visiting the Eagles. This game starts a little after at 8:30 Eastern time. Vikings are 2.5-point underdogs. You can get them at plus 116 at FanDuel on the money line. Total sits at 50.5. Two teams that are 1-0. A chance we're going to get our fifth. We will get our fifth 2-0 team. And it won't be as surprising, I think, as the Giants and the Dolphins, Brandon Anderson. But what is the read you have on this game as we're at Monday morning at this point?
Hey, I like the way you're thinking. If one of these teams is our fifth 2-0 team, then that means our Titans money line has already cashed, knocking the Bills out of the possible 2-0 rankings. So we're already off to a good start that way. This is a fun one. I'm a Vikings fan, so I'm obviously heavily invested emotionally in this game. Vikings and Eagles don't like each other. They had the NFC Championship game a few years back, and it's been contentious since then. These are pretty different teams, different coaches and everything, but we'll see. It's a big early statement spot for the two big popular sleepers in the NFC. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get, a few of those veterans have a little rumblings between them. I think this is a game you've got to be a little careful with because we like a lot of what we saw about both these teams in week one, but it's only one game so far, and we don't necessarily know for sure what we're getting. I feel a little better right now about Minnesota. That Kevin O'Connell offense looked really good. Justin Jefferson, we thought they'd move him around the field. I think I saw something like 60% of his targets in week one were being covered by linebackers or safeties. You don't want your linebacker and safety covering Justin Jefferson. It's not going to go well for you. We saw it not go well for Green Bay last week. And I think the key here is that offense looks very, very solid. Sirianni's offense, it looked a little bit gimmicky still. Jalen Hurts running the ball. A.J. Brown was good, but the passing offense is not nearly as open and as dangerous, I think, as Minnesota's looks. And if you look at, okay, what do we know from week one? Well, we know the Eagles played the Lions. Their defense wasn't good. The Lions have scored also now today, so we don't know exactly what to read in that. But the Vikings allowed 7 points to the Packers. We just saw tonight exactly how good the Packers look when they played well. And the Vikings defense totally took that away. I know the Packers line wasn't healthy. Again, it's not all apples to apples, but the Vikings had the more impressive offense and the more impressive defense in week one. I think at best, you think of this as a coin flip in Philadelphia's favor just because of the home team. So if anything, I'm going to lean Vikings just because I think we're getting 2.5 free points here in what ought to be a coin flip. I might play a little. I might also just wait and play live. I think that right now, these teams are still so new and fresh. That extra quarter or two of data you get before you make your bet could be very valuable in this matchup. So I think if you get a read on the matchup live, don't be afraid to go for it before it gets too far. And I think it's going to be a really good one.
So true. I mean, the Vikings didn't have to cover Devontae Adams last week, but now they've got A.J. Brown they have to deal with on the other side. Then you look at it from the other perspective. Does Darius Slay draw the coverage of Justin Jefferson in this game? It is a new offensive coach in Minnesota, but yeah, there's some newness here, even though we're familiar with personnel, with Cousins and now Hurts we've got a feel for, but new pieces, new coaching. Jill, what angles here? Touchdowns? What might you be looking at here for Vikings Eagles?
Yeah, and I think Brandon hit on the head here with it's kind of like a styles make fights kind of thing. And you're watching the Eagles, and they're very much a run first offense, whereas the Vikings are probably going to lean a little bit more on the pass, even though they do have a decent running back named Dalvin Cook. You may have heard of that guy, but because of that, I'm looking at KJ Osborne right now, sitting at plus 360 at FanDuel to score a touchdown, mainly just because when you look at the snap counts from last week against the Packers, only 3 wide receivers even saw the field, and it was Jefferson, Thielen, and Osborne. Osborne still played 76% of the snaps, but just the fact that you're looking at both the Slay and Bradbury matchups. Maybe even Hassan Reddick might end up getting assigned onto Thielen if he's playing out of the slot every once in a while. I think right now, KJ Osborne, I think probably is the one who could still be capable of scoring. So right now, those odds I think are right in the sweet spot. On the other side, because of the run first offense, I'm actually looking at Kenneth Gainwell right now at 3-1, mainly because of the fact that the Vikings do, strike first with their offense. and they're going to be leaning. Miles Sanders is just not going to see the field anymore after that. You're just going to see a lot more up-tempo pass catching back, and that's Gainwell's role in this offense. So I think those are the two that are standing out to me right now for that matchup.
You know, like a Jalen Reagor revenge touchdown?
Of course you think about it, but at the same time,
person.
like it just, I find revenge game models just don't really work out the way that people think. They remember the big ones, but it's like remembering all the ones that lost in that same time. I'd probably say if for every 10, 2 of them hit.
It's just my way of kind of trolling Philadelphia fans. Like,
yeah, well, especially the
hate
Jefferson Rager angle as well of where they were picked.
Yeah, Jefferson will be the Minnesota's way of trolling Eagles fans because Minnesota's got both of them now. Thanks again.